Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our Chakra Insight number 23. We'll be revealing where we'll go next on our journey. Last week we were at home, so we're going to find out what path we're going to take next.
Yes.
I'm excited about this. So we'll just recap a little bit about our journey in the home for ourselves. You want to go first?
Sure. So throughout my classes this week, I spoke about finding a sense of trust within ourselves as our body is our first home, and listening to the messages that you get from your body so that you can become more in connection with the body and feel that you can trust the messages your body sends you, and you can also trust that you're going to listen to them, because you are not your emotions, you're not your body, you're the awareness behind your thoughts. So being able to trust yourself and know that you're going to move from a place of consciousness, listening to the body, listening to its messages, and feeling that you are safe within yourself. So that way you feel safe in your external world, because truly if you don't feel safe within your first home, your body, then how are you going to find that sense of safety and security in your external home? For me, for myself, honestly, I realize I'm very much a homebody. I like to be home. I like to be on my couch reading a book, scrolling social media, hanging out with my kid and my husband and my dog. And I don't have people over very often. And it's not that I don't like people. I love people. I just love being out. I guess maybe a sense of control. Like my home is my safe space, and I would rather go out and meet up with people than, have a lot of people over. I'm not a hostess. Not a hostess with the mostest. I like my home, quiet, and there's the part of me that feels guilty about that. Like, that's kind of too introverted. It's, it's not very welcoming. It's not very warm, but just honoring. That's a boundary that I have, and it's my home and it's my safe space. And there's nothing wrong with that. I still love people. I love going out. I love talking to people. I love meeting people to hang out. But my home is just my safe space. And, if I want to have someone over, that's okay too. So just honoring where you are in your home, in your physical home, and recognizing that if you feel good about having tons of people over, great. If you like not having people over, great too. Not judging yourself for whatever you decide makes your home feel safe. So that's how I felt this week. What about you, Rebecca?
Nice. I think that is really important, because it's honoring. You spoke to honoring the physical home, our bodies, boundaries there, and listening to our bodies, and then also the external home, like honoring the boundaries in that way too. So both are equally as important. Because when we listen to our bodies, then we feel safe. Like our nervous system can relax when we listen and when we get the message that our body is trying to tell us.
Right, yeah.
So this week my body decided to tell me something. So with the chakra system, each chakra governs certain parts of our bodies. So you can kind of tell where you might be a little bit more imbalanced at the moment based on different body parts that might be hurting. So for me this week, it was my knee. And so the knee, the legs, and the bones, and the large intestine are all related to the root chakra. So when we have imbalances there, it can indicate an imbalance in our root chakra, a feeling of safety, connectedness, and grounding. So for me, it was my knee, and it just made me realize, that I need to be listening to my body and honoring the messages, and also that I can appreciate the parts of my body that are working. So instead of focusing only on the part that isn't working, I can still honor the parts that are working, because there's a lot of parts that are doing great.
Yeah.
So that was just an awareness for me, working with my physical home this week.
That's good.
Yeah, because if you focus on the thing that hurts all the time, you're going to get whatever you focus on increases. So you're just going to get more of the same if you focus on the thing that hurts all the time. So
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So we are very excited. As we move through the weeks, we're always a little more anticipating what's going to come up next.
Yeah.
So Rebecca's going to pull for us,
mm-hmm.
and then I'll read about it.
All right, let's see what we need for this week. I'm feeling like it's this one. We got the heart chakra this week, and it's one of my favorite heart chakra ones. It is the love card. So I will
It's a sweet one too.
Pass this to you and show you the picture on the front, and there's a glare, so hopefully you can see that dog.
Kindness, benevolence, sharing, and receiving. By awakening your true love of self, you ignite your ability to give and receive true love in your world. Card story is, it's early morning or late afternoon. You've been gone all day, or maybe just for 5 minutes. You're in a great mood, or perhaps you're really stressed out. It doesn't really matter to me. Here I am, fully present, fully connected, truly devoted, ready to play, ready to walk, ready just to be. I ask nothing of you but to bring your presence here so I can share the energy that I have in my heart for you and all of life. It's overflowing. It's insuppressible. It's unconditional love. The card message. Love is the most healing, harmonizing, and awakening energy to ever move through our bodies. When we are able to truly give and receive love with no attachment, we ignite an inner flame within ourselves that energizes and illuminates every aspect of our life. This card encourages you to experience yourself giving, not because of what you will receive in return, but for the profound pleasure of giving. The simple act of sharing a smile or hug with someone, making or giving a gift without a special occasion, offering a thoughtful word or quiet listening ear in a time of unexpected need. These are all acts of love. What we often fail to realize is that the love we seek most to experience, the love that radiates divinity, is a love that comes from deep within ourselves. This card encourages unconditional self-love, not just loving ourselves when we have won the race or lost the weight, got the job or bought the house, but in each moment just for being who we are. Through self-love, we will naturally find ourselves giving and receiving in ways that we never could have imagined. Learn to love yourself for all of your colors, strengths, flaws, and emotions, in your lightness and in your shadow. Love yourself enough to care about what you eat, who you spend time with, and how you look and feel each day. Show yourself love by allowing yourself to enjoy life and have fun. Love yourself just for being you. Do not wait another moment before allowing yourself to experience this great elixir. It is through your true love of self that you open the pathway to experience love on all levels in your life. Wherever you are on the path, know that love is a choice presenting itself in each moment. By awakening true self-love, you ignite your ability to give and receive true love in your world. Live in love.
Yay.
We got the heart chakra.
We both wore green today.
We did. We always wonder, like, what color are we going to show up wearing, and are we trying to manifest the heart chakra? Depending on, I think we finally did it.
Yay.
And this is a really good one. So, most of us are or have been in relationship, and maybe we've seen a pattern of expecting someone else to give us love, and then we build up resentment or bitterness over time in the relationship. And this could be in relationship with a partner or a friend and a family member, where you expect the person to love you the way you want to be loved, and it doesn't happen, so you feel jilted or you're upset or hurt in some way. And the reality is, we have to find that self-love for ourselves, really in essence falling in love with ourselves and realizing that there's no point in hatred towards yourself, and almost then you realize, oh wow, there's really no point in being judgmental or critical or not loving everyone, because once you love yourself, it just kind of radiates out to others. Mm-hmm. So I think this will be a really fun week.
Yeah.
A loving week.
This will be a loving week.
Yes.
And my favorite part, or what stood out to me about that, was the unconditional part. So, like, not saying to ourselves, okay, when you lose 10 pounds, then I'll start appreciating you, or putting those conditions on our ability to love ourselves and to love others. Like when they start acting like I want them to act, then I'll act loving. So like we can take the conditions off and be open-hearted and loving in that way, and that's a powerful place to be, when we can just be loving regardless of how someone else is acting. Still keeping our own personal boundaries, but being loving towards ourselves and others.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Because love is what helps us to grow, not fear and judgment. So.
Yep. And you know, one thing I've learned over the years in relationship is that love is expansive, you know, and fear is very constricting. We all our biological response to fear is to close in, to constrict ourselves, to get small, and the reality is love is expansive. I mean, it never ends. So even when we wonder, like, you know, if we have another child on the way or something like that, or someone else is coming into our life, like, how can we possibly love another person? But you can. There's no end to it. There's not a scarcity mentality when it comes to love. So it's really helpful when we shift it away from fear and scarcity and constricting our hearts, and we open it up to recognizing that, you know, love is all around us if we just open ourselves up to it.
That is right. And we can, since we're now in tune with our bodies from last week, we can feel when we're in a place of love. It is that openness, that expansion. When we feel we're in a place of fear, it's that constriction. So we can physically tune in and be able to tell what's going on if we're coming from a loving place or a fearful place based on the feeling in our body. So
yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So stay tuned.
Yes. We're going to have fun exploring the heart chakra.
Absolutely. And make sure you share with us how your journey is going through the chakras. If you're noticing any changes in yourself, in your spirit, when, you know, how this journey is affecting you on a positive or maybe a negative level. Maybe you're noticing things that are coming up and shifts that are happening because you're paying attention to the signals from the body and the chakra system. So definitely share with us.
Right. Yeah, because that happens. And we are here to support you. So just let us know. And it's good to see Nicole, Mary, Stephanie, and Tara this morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. So stay tuned with us throughout the week, and we will be exploring the heart.
Yes.
Namaste.